Hi, everybody. Welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Leslie Stoyan. I'm assuming most of you watching this will know who I am, but you may not know a little bit about my story. And it's been a long time since I've made a fitness video for anybody. I used to do probably between 5 and 10 videos a week during the pandemic for my clients. And then I became chronically ill myself and was able to work through most of it over the past 3 years. But 6 months ago, I had an abrupt stop to my mobility and to my ability to uh, move through pain. Not quite sure what happened, and I won't turn this into a TED talk about long COVID and all the various factors that have come into play over the last little while. But something did happen, whether it was a combination of a sports injury that tore part of my um, uh, pelvic floor or some of my deep core muscles, compounded with the dysautonomia from long COVID and my overly sensitized nervous system, my body just shut down completely. And every single pain fiber that I had in my body went into hyperdrive. I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. The pain in my back and in my pelvis was excruciating. I could barely go to the bathroom. And it was a sort of medical mystery these last 5 months. But I really couldn't do much. And to put into perspective, the day before I had this thing happen, I had run almost 10K and could hold a plank for almost 3 minutes and taught like 4 clients. So my body was very strong, maybe too strong, but something just gave and everything stopped working, especially my core. My pelvic floor muscles went into like a lock, now known as pelvic floor dysfunction. I didn't even really know anything about this. Um, and I tried so many different tools and techniques to get things to remember how to work, and nothing happened until I met the wonderfully amazing Julie Bagshaw, who's a pelvic floor physiotherapist. And she, over the last, it's only been a month, I can't even believe it. The last month has built this little routine for me. So I've had some of my clients ask, what are the exercises? So I thought I would make a video and also make myself accountable for doing my exercises. On the days I don't feel like doing it, I can watch my own video if my brain fog takes over. So we're going to get started. Before we do, I just want to go over the breathing technique because this has been, as crazy as it sounds, one of the hardest things for me to learn how to do. So I'm going to have a little seat here and we're going to align the spine, crown of the head up, tuck the chin in, soften the face, unclench the jaw. Still don't fully understand how the jaw and the pelvic floor are connected, but they are. Wacky, right? I know. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Just tuck that chin in ever so slightly so you've got that nice alignment. I'm all about the cervical alignment because my neck used to be all jammed up. Shoulders away from the ears. Soft drawing together of the rib cage, not that like intense sort of Pilates that we've always learned about and I've always been teaching about, and a softness to the belly button drawing in and a gentle feeling of sensation through the pelvic floor because we're going to learn to relax it. Well, I am learning to relax mine. Um, Again, something that I didn't know about too much before. So we're just going to try to take some 365-degree breaths. This is something that I found to be probably the hardest part of the practice. So we inhale through the nose, fill the rib cage all the way around, big circle, softening the sit bones, thinking of them like pats of butter in a hot pan. And then exhale, bringing it back in and blowing out a birthday candle. So let's do that one more time. Big inhale and exhale. So again, remembering as you're inhaling, you're softening the pelvic floor, opening up those sit bones. And then as you exhale, and we'll get more into it, you start to draw the pelvic floor back up. And it's this gentle opening and drawing up on the exhalation. Keep that in mind. We're going to come back to that. Our first exercise is going to use a little bit of a band. but I'm going to get some tunes going because, as you know, I need to do everything to music. And for whatever reason, I have done all of my exercises to Taylor Swift. So we are going to put on a little, let's start with Cruel Summer, shall we? Because it has been a bit of a one. I won't swear, but tempted. All right. So we're going to still use that breathing. We're going to take our band, have it just shoulder height. We're going to take our breath in, open up those sit bones, relax the pelvic floor. And as we exhale, see if you can contract the pelvic floor, start to engage your transversus abdominis, which is that muscle really, really deep inside your core. It's the throw up muscles, and pull the band apart. So we inhale, release, rib cage open, exhale, pull the band apart. Again, I'm going to be quiet and focused. I like to think of that melting butter sit bone scenario as I inhale, and the exhale like there is a zipper right at sort of the base of my pubic bone, and it's pulling up towards my belly button. Good. Inhale. I've lost count, but I think this is 5. Let's add one more for good measure. Inhale and exhale. Good. I like to take a little break in between, do a little shakeout and realign. So we're thinking about that inhale, sit bones coming apart, and the exhale, drawing up, inhaling, opening, exhaling, drawing up. All right. Don't forget about this. I'm going to show you how to use this later to really feel the breath. All right. Deep breath in, exhale. We'll see if we can pick up the pace a bit. Inhale and exhale. Hard to talk and do it at the same time. And that's why I don't make videos anymore. I wanted to show Julie that I really do it every day. This is 4. And then just because of me, as your type A aerobics girl, hold your last one on 5. And I like to do a little pulse because like I'm missing my little hourglass arm. So let's go 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and then let everything relax, totally relax. Okay, give it a shakeout. So this is an exercise that I actually found on Instagram somewhere on somebody who was having similar problems to me. And I've just added it into our repertoire here. So we're just going to get a bit of hip mobility, a bit through the hip flexors, and open up the sit bones. So standing very, very, very tall. We're going to take our right foot back and press. And I want you to think about pulling your left hip back and your right hip forward. We're going to kind of go into, I had a catchy name for this. It's kind of like a superhero pose here. And really think of that spinal alignment. Let's take a deep breath in. Open the sit bones. Feel them moving apart as you inhale. And then exhale. Tuck under. Push your hip bone forward. And we'll flow with that. Inhale. Left hip back, right hip forward. Exhale. This 3. Big inhale. Push through those heels. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one here. I like to do 5 on each side. Good. And you can stand together. I like to do a little jig. So I'll turn this way so you can see me. So we're going to take our other leg back. So for me now, it's my left side. Put this up on like Instagram polls or something and think of a name for this exercise. I'm really feeling that stretch through my left calf right now. Nice long line. Here's my superwoman. Inhale, opening up those sit bones, lengthening through the spine, and exhale, tucking under. Rockin' superhero. Inhale. Rockin' supergirl. Exhale. It'll come to me. We used to have catchy names for everything. And then brain fog. Inhale. Don't forget about that 364, 64, 65 degree breath. Circular breath. Inhale, pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Last one. And good. And then standing together. I like to give it a little shake out again. Okay, so here's where I get my band again. And I tighten it, I tie it around my rib cage because then I get a little bit of feedback to know if I am using my rib cage appropriately. Honestly, I can't even tell you, I never breathed this way before this, never. Oh, I've got a little pain modulator thing going. So I've got it hooked up to a little TENS unit here. I'm covered in all these wires. Okay, we are gonna get down on the ground and we're gonna use some balls and we're gonna use all sorts of different things for our equipment here. So if you have the back of a chair or a couch, feet are hip width apart, we're going to do some contractions here to get the core firing. So nice deep breath in. Exhale, pull in that pelvic floor, zip it up to the transversus abdominis all the way to the belly button and push the hands into the back of your couch. Inhale, release, melt the sit bones, open up, unclench your bum. Exhale, pelvic floor, transversus abdominis, belly button, right up. Push against that. Good. Big inhale. Exhale. Don't have to do a lot. Big inhale. Exhale. This is 4. Doesn't everything go better with Taylor? Last one. I find that rib cage breathing so hard, and by having the little band there, it makes it so much easier. Okay, we're gonna do another set of these, but I get so bored. This is my son won this ball for me. So any ball will do. This one's kind of funky. It's just a little arcade football. We're gonna relax upper body, make sure there's no tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. Big 365-degree breath. Exhale, zip up. Squeeze the ball and bridge. If the bridge is too much, you can eliminate that till you're ready. I couldn't do it the first week. I couldn't. This has all been in the last month, guys, like no joke. Inhale. Let that pelvic floor blossom. Exhale. Squeeze the ball. Anybody who knows me, I don't do well with the woo-woo language. All right, inhale. Open up the sit bones, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, contract pelvic floor, contract TA, squeeze the ball, pull up. Good, inhale. Exhale. Last one here, we're gonna add on a little Leslie special at the end. Hold at the top if you're ready. And we're gonna just pulse and squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly down. Give it a little windshield wiper side to side. We are gonna come back for a second set. But like I truly can't tell you, so it's what? It's September 17th, August 17th. I could not do this. I could not. So it's crazy how quickly The brain comes back. Neuroplasticity, people. I am living proof. Nice deep breath in. Zip up. Pelvic floor, TA, up to the belly button, push into your couch. I'm like moving furniture here. All right, inhale, number 2. Exhale. I love this song. Inhale. Exhale. Push into that couch. 2 more. It's so like subtle. I couldn't even I didn't even know if I was doing it at first. Julie and my husband both had to check and they're like, yeah, it's turning on. I didn't know. Last one. All right, let's do our last round with the ball. Put it here. Let's just groove out to this song. Tay-Tay's the best. Nice deep breath in. Breathe into your band. Exhale. Zip up. Squeeze. Lift. Dream. Look in your eyes. Inhale. And start to see if you can get some speed to it. You can kind of groove a bit. For all my fans who are watching, I got tickets. Like the only good thing that happened to me this summer. Somebody out there in the universe was feeling sorry for me. This is number 3. Relax. Spread apart those sit bones. Exhale. Squeeze. Last one, really, really open, melting butter in the pan. And exhale, zip it up. Really engage that TA. Squeeze the ball, crush it, hold at the top if you want the Leslie special. Little pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. We're going to roll onto our side. I may have to move my little gizmo. For any of you guys who have chronic pain in your pelvis, the little portable pens is a godsend. Hand on the ball. This is an advanced version that I've just learned, and I'm loving it. Deep breath in. Sit bones open. Exhale. Pelvic floor engage. Zip up the TA, right to the belly button. Push the ball and lift the leg. Good. Inhale down. Exhale. Just feel it zip right up there. Inhale, release, soften. Exhale. Two more. We'll do 5 on each side. Really breathe into your band. Like this leg used to feel like lead, and it's starting to get that feathery feeling again. I used to be able to teach like 6 classes in a day and be like, no problem. And then just walking to the washroom was excruciating. All right, Leslie special at the end. Little presses into the ball, into the air. Nice push through the foot for 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. All right, we're going to bring ourselves onto hands and knees. I use the ball, but again, didn't always. And this position I love because you can really feel those sit bones coming apart. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, zip up, push into the ball, arm out. Inhale, breathe into your band. Open the sit bones, exhale. Zip up, reach that hand. Good, big breath in. If the ball is too much, you don't have to do it. The feedback really helped me. Exhale. This is 4. And last one here. Zip up. Press, hold. My goal is to add my leg, but I'm not there yet. And being patient with myself has been, again, one of the hardest things, because how do you go from running a 10K and then you can't even walk to the bathroom, let alone go to the bathroom? Ridiculous. All of this nonsense. Okay, here we go. Last round. Leg is out. Deep breath in. Breathe into the band. Soften the pelvic floor. Exhale. Blow out the birthday candle. Press into the ball as you zip up from the pelvic floor right up to the belly button. Inhale down. Exhale. This 3. Inhale down. Try to relax at the base, even with the ball too. You don't want to get like a wrist issue. Okay, this is our last one. And we're going to do the lefty special. We're pushing into the ball, little pulses into the ball. Lost all my arm strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, you guys know I'm not good with the woo-hoo stuff. I've learned to be very compassionate and not so hard on myself. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Spread it apart. Nice deep breath in. And we exhale. Zip that right up. Inhale, bring it down. You can rest your wrist a bit. Exhale, contract, pelvic floor, TA. Hard to talk and do it at the same time. I've got a blank space, baby. My God, I used to be able to multitask so beautifully. All right, 2 more. I'm losing track of my breath cycle here. Last one. See if you can hold a little extra long. All right, and release. I'm gonna roll my little ball away. Thanks, Luke, for that. It's been very helpful and colorful. Now we're gonna go into my little stretching segment. And I like to keep this here because it keeps my breath on track. So nice and aligned. Gonna stretch out the feet. And I like to take my hands behind. This was one of my favorite running stretches. And so I've just put together a handful of stretches that help with your pelvic floor, but also other parts that are affected. And again, 32 years in the industry, I didn't know that your feet affected your pelvic floor and your diaphragm. I didn't know any of this. They don't teach you this when you're doing personal training and aerobic stuff. Nobody really talks about the pelvic floor muscles, like the bowl muscles right at the base of your pelvis. But why wouldn't you want to stretch them out? So the key is now to keep them relaxed. So as we inhale, they spread apart, they soften. But as we exhale, they stay open. We don't contract anymore. And I like to do about 3 of each. So then we go into table. This one has been my hardest. So we inhale, open the sit bones, come into cow pose, And then exhale, tailbone down, arch the back. But keep those sit bones apart. This one, my spine had very limited mobility, especially around like the L4, L5, like the base of the lumbar spine and into that sacrum. Exhale. So keep the pelvic floor relaxed, but still do the candle breath, or I like to anyways, you don't have to. Good, then we're gonna move into hip flexor. You take your left foot forward. I like to take my right leg back and just kind of inhale and exhale a few times, rocking it out. This was always, again, in my running sequence. Then we drop the back knee and flatten it out. And I like to open up the hip a bit, even press into that knee with the hand and feel the pelvic floor stretching apart. If that feels okay, you can go into a little stretch. I actually like to go into a cactus stretch. So again, the thoracic spine has a lot to do with this because of your diaphragm. And isn't it crazy? I've always been tight in my mid-thoracic spine. Always found it hard to do rib cage breathing. Who knew? All right, down. And I like to do a little wiggle. Good. Then we're going to make sure the knee is facing forward and everything's in alignment. We're going to kind of do a little crab walk into a hamstring stretch. And again, really feel those sit bones pulling apart. For whatever reason, again, I've said it many times, that butter image, like think of like a really awesome Le Creuset pan and 2 pats of butter. Good. And you can just kind of move through this one. Inhale, exhale. You don't have to do it to Taylor. She's just, for whatever reason, it was like kind of like my Brittany arms. Arms are Brittany, pelvis is Tay Tay. All right, we're going to do the other side. So the right foot is going to go in front. Left leg's going to go back. I like to pop up on that toe a little bit and just rock back and forth a bit. And then you can drop down, you can open up that front knee and really feel that good stretch. Try not to jam up into your arms though and into your shoulders. Take that arm back either in a full twist or a cactus. That's where I'm like, oh my gosh. But I can't even tell you how much lighter it is in there. Little twist. All right, we're going to make sure that that foot stays in front now. And we're going to lengthen. This is where if you have yoga blocks, I forgot to get mine, but it will help with the rounding of the back, especially when you're really tight. I'm super tight right now. And you can kind of rock through the two. Good. Then you can just bring yourself back. And we're going to put ourselves, if you have that couch, I'm going to go against this fireplace, a little delicate, so I won't be too pushy. Put the soles of the feet together. You can do a little butterfly. Again, think of everything opening as you inhale and exhale. Don't let it clench back up. And then you can just sort of push into your back. I'm going to collapse everything probably and push your knees down and work on that breath. All right, last one. Then we're going to go into a 90-90. This one I learned a lot about when I was dealing with what I thought was like a pudendal nerve entrapment, which maybe I do have. but I've been doing this one a lot and it seems to really help. I push my knees down, get a 90-degree angle at the ankle, knee, and hip, and the same there. You lean over your front knee, palms out, fingertips down, and inhale, twist. Try not to let anything come up. Exhale back to center. Keep those sit bones open. No contraction this time. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. One more time. Hands can just go behind and you just flip over to the other side. Flex, flex, 90-90. Push the knees down. Can't go as far on this side. Oh, really tight on this side. So apparently this is a stretch for the obturator internus, the very deep hip rotator muscle, and mine were very tight, but they seem to be loosening. All right, 2 more. This one is my least favorite, but it works really, really well. Frog stretch. You sometimes need a little padding under your knees. You just put your knees down, legs out to the side, flex the feet, and you inhale and exhale and just sort of rock forward and back. If this is too much, you can lie on your stomach and just do one leg at a time. This one is, I find one of the hardest ones, but it gets, like my brain was like, oh yes, that is a stretch for those muscles. All right, back to neutral. And then last one, and this is the one that you see the most commonly. And I did it for like 5 months and I'm like, nothing's working. But it is really good. Now that things are working, I'm like, okay, I can see how wonderful it is, but I needed a bit more, obviously, to get my body to understand what was going on. So happy baby, you can grab onto your toes, push your knees down towards your armpits, and just have some playful rocking. It feels good on your low back too. If you're like me, I've got all sorts of complications in my pelvis because of endometriosis and adenomyosis and all the other osises. Good. And then I like to finish and close my practice with a little reclined butterfly, or it's called goddess pose in yoga, meant to be a fertility pose. No, thank you. Not for me. All right. And you can just chill, listen to Tay, and feel very grateful that your body was able to do this today. I certainly am. It may not be 10K, but I will take it. And roll onto the side. Gently push yourself up. I'm going to crawl over to the screen and turn off our Taylor. Oh, that was an excellent, excellent playlist and an excellent, excellent workout for a Sunday morning. I'm just going to stay in my lavender haze. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. I hope it's helpful. Julie, if you're watching it, I hope it's helpful. You can give it to clients if they need a little visual. But I'm eternally grateful for you and just even getting me to this point in my mobility journey. I am reaching for the stars as we continue on together. So thank you for everything. And namaste, people. Peace.